everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're beginning another project of redecorating and reorganizing. Now I will tell you, today is Tuesday, 21st of May 2019 and Jim started back to work. His first day of work was Thursday, so he worked. He had training Thursday, he had orientation Thursday, training Friday, and then he worked Saturday, Sunday. No, he was off Saturday, he worked Sunday and Monday. And then he's got his schedule. He's regular on the schedule. Then his next day off will be Sunday. So he's got 5 days. Might be 6 days. Yeah. He's got 6 days in a row coming up. So he's really back into the thick of it. Now, he was anxious to keep going with the house projects, but I'm hesitant about him overdoing it, especially since this is his only day off. Though he had off Saturday and he worked Sunday, Monday, now he has off again. This is his only day off for 6 days, and it's a 6-day stretch. And though they're not very long days, sometimes that's too much for him. He needs to probably take it easy. So I will tell you what we're going to do, and at the end of this video, hopefully it may be 2 videos or 4 videos, I don't even know, because we're going to take it a little bit at a time. So there's an old expression, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. When you have a project that can be overwhelming, physically or emotionally or mentally, which they're pretty close, then you can just do a little bit at a time. That's what we're gonna do. So this project does have a lot of steps, and I'll try to insert videos along if I can here while I'm telling you what we're headed to. But what we just did, and I should have showed you the before picture, was we have a corner in our living room that held our recycling bin. It used to house a chair. Probably if you ever watched my organized home living tour living room, you would see that there was a chair there. But since then we've gotten some new furniture from Aunt Sue. We got 2 new chairs that you might have seen in the, like when we do live streams, we sit in the 2 new chairs from Aunt Sue. Then we've done a little rearranging in our living room, but I will share that video when it comes. But what used to be in that corner was our recycling bin, and then where I used to store behind the chair all of my really large mantelpieces, like the large star, the big burlap maple leaf sort of wreath, my fence that I got from Cracker Barrel and then repainted. So all of those things used to sit behind the chair in the corner there. Well, we're now moving the black computer hutch from my office into the living room. It will house Jimmy's computer. So currently, Jimmy still works on a desktop. He still likes to game on a desktop. Jim does a lot of online gaming. He's trying to balance his life, so he tries to limit himself to about 2 hours a night, and then when it's a day off, he might add a couple of like an hour or 2 to that. But he does do it on the desktop. I work primarily on my laptop. We got both of these before we moved here. They're very old. So, in fact, we keep getting notifications that Microsoft is no longer going to support Windows 7 as of January 2020. So, we'll see what happens by then. But anyhow, right now his computer is hooked up to the TV in the living room, which isn't objectionable to me. When we lived in New York, he always gamed in the room where I could watch TV. That was so that we could spend time together or be together even though we weren't doing the same thing. At least, I guess it's that old married couple, like where she's crocheting and he's reading the paper, but they're still in the same room together. That's like that. I just like to be in his presence. Before, when he had his office, he had his computer here in the office, but we since relocated it. So for the last 2 years, When did we do the office thing? You guys will tell me. I think like the last year he's been gaming out there. But now we're going to move the computer desk. I got this computer desk from Lisa when she moved from her house when she was moving houses. She went from one house to another. And it was pine, and I spray painted it black. I'm just hoping that the wall that's against the wall, I also spray painted that. I do remember running out of paint while we were spray painting it, so I'm like, because the wall that's up against the wall in the bedroom, in the office here, is going to be the opposite wall. The wall that's up against the wall that I can see in the office is going to be the wall that's hidden in the living room, and vice versa. So that's what I was trying to say. So we're going to put his computer in there, back with the monitor, and I'm going to do the decor on the top to be in relation with the living room decor. Except I think the Harry Potter stuff may stay on the computer desk, but I'm not really 100% sure yet. And then what's coming in here, if I put these pictures in here, is the dresser that's in my bedroom. Was my brother's from when we were kids, basically. It was white Formica, and then when my brother moved out and got like real furniture in 1989, I painted it ivory with green trim because my room was like girly. And then when Mom moved to New York, we got her Filipino mahogany furniture, and she took that one dresser from us. So she had it up until we bought this house, and then we inherited it back. However, then our furniture in our bedroom was brown, wood tones, so we went ahead and spray painted it brown. So it does look like a brown piece of furniture that blends with the room. That was a lot to tell you the history of that dresser. But that dresser is going to come in here. So there is currently a little backstory there. I tell you that to tell you this. There is currently a smaller dresser in the guest room that houses all of my fabric. You might have seen that in the fabric organizing video. Then that was Jimmy's dresser when he was a baby from the Philippines. It's also mahogany. It is they build stuff like you know, it would probably be the only thing to survive the apocalypse kind of thing. But anyhow, so I don't want to paint that. So that is going to go in my room. It's going to be my chest of drawers, like my dresser. And then the bigger dresser that I currently have in my room is going to come here to house the fabric, which is great because my fabric kind of overflows that little dresser just a bit. Then what's supposed to go in the guest room in the empty space was one of the slipper chairs from the living room, the old one we had before. However, we don't know if we're going to do that yet. So we're still playing around with that little piece. Because currently I have the slipper chair where the couch used to be in the living room. So I might or might not do that. We don't know yet. We've been playing around with maybe moving the wingback chair out of the dining room. Then that'll only leave us 5 chairs around the dining room table, which is okay because we hardly ever eat in there. You know, just a lot of logistics. But what we've done so far is cleared the space in the living room. Then we're taking a break. Well, Jimmy's technically taking a break, and I'm in here talking to you guys. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go in the bedroom. We're going to empty the fabric out of an old laundry basket because I have the fabric folded and organized in like plastic shopping bags, but the plastic shopping bags are set in a laundry basket. The only thing I really have never shared with you guys is my bedroom. And I'm like, it's sort of, I will share it in this video, but it's sort of like, hey, this is real life. You have all this stuff and all of these desires to organize, and you don't have all of the energy that you used to, or you have limitations. You can't finish all the projects. You've got to learn to live with stuff in your way, unless you want to throw it all out or give it all away. So, that being said, there is the stuff that used to be in here to decorate. I think I've mentioned this before. I'm going to decorate these 2 shelves once I get the closet fixed. When I get the closet with shelves in it, because currently it's not that way, then all of the stuff that I'm storing on these shelves will go in the closet, and then I can finally put the decor back on these shelves. So, all that decor currently is in 2 totes in my bedroom and a basket in my bedroom. And There's a basket that has the organized fabric in there in my bedroom, and we've been living with it for a year. I mean, I won't tell you. It's a year, because it was last March that we put it in there. We had it in our guest room, but then we had guests. So I was like, let's just find a place in our room. Our room is bigger than it was in New York, so we feel like we have more space, so it's okay. And everything's in containers, so it's movable. Anyhow, that being said, all of that to tell you this. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to empty that basket full of the fabric, organize the fabric on the floor, come in with this basket, and then purge and clean out and take all the stuff out of that black computer desk used to be my desk in here. Jimmy had the roll top desk and I had that desk. And if I show you inside, you can see it's sort of curly. It does remind me a lot of the desk I had when I was at AHRC. It sort of is actually the stuff that I had since then. When I was at when I collected most of this stuff, I started collecting stuff when I was at the Brower, and then I went to open the group home, and I sort of my cousin Kelly gifted me a little shirt, and it was I'll show you, it's like a pen holder. It looks like a shirt with pink fur around here. And since black and white and red are my favorites, and black and white and pink and black and gray, gray and white and pink. Anyway, it kind of built from there. So then when I went to go work at the day program, my desk was out. I didn't have an office. My desk was out in the room. So I needed everything to be neat. So I went ahead and I ran with the black and white thing, or black and ivory thing, really. And you'll see when I open the desk and show you in there that all of my office supplies are in black and white sort of organizing containers. And it was pretty and neat and stuff, but we'll get to it. And I don't know what I'm going to do with my office stuff. Jim and I did not really talk about that. Now that I'm thinking out loud. Wonder what I'm going to do. Maybe we can find some place in the roll top desk. I don't know if we will. Maybe I'll purge it. Maybe I'll have to just realize that I may never have a desk again, because I have this workspace instead. We'll see. But whatever it is, we'll take you along and we'll show you what goes on, okay? So that's it for now. Maybe this lead-in will just be a whole video. I feel like I didn't vlog with you guys for a long time, so I was just like, blah, blah, blah. So let's get at it and see what else we can get done today. But we already decided that we have start and end points to all of the tasks. So even if we're done for the day, we have accomplished step 1. If we get on and to do step 2, if we feel like they have the energy to start and finish step 2, which is emptying the laundry basket, then we will. Step 3 is purging the desk. So we've basically made it in very reasonable steps that have start and end points. And I mean start and end points because we can still live our home, our home will still be livable if we don't continue in the next couple of days or in a week or in 2 weeks. We won't be tripping over stuff, that sort of thing. So let's see what we can get done. Thanks. He just had a mini meltdown because he doesn't have his own space. And having space in a room is not space, I guess. I don't know. Okay, so the memories and the things that are on the right of it right now.
Right.
We're not going to focus on that.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm focused on what's in front of it and then what's on it.
Okay.
So,
would you feel better about bringing your chair in and sitting down and doing it, or do you want to? How are you feeling physically?
my upper back is hurting.
Okay. You're also sitting tarotly too with posture. Okay.
I know.
All right.
Yeah, the best thing I can think of is bring in my rolling chair and just attack it. Go through it, figure out what to do with it, and deal with it the best we can.
Okay.
Because I know this one section right here is all stuff that has to be filed. So it has to be put in front of the filing box until I can get to it.
Okay.
Because you said you want to keep the filing box in here?
Yeah.
All right.
We might move it because if we don't bring the chair in the guest room, there's room in there, but not that far yet. And then I'll need something to put my TV on if that's the case. So.
I know that's why I wasn't too worried about moving
Yeah.
that because of the TV factor.
Yeah, but
Chair.
Jim,
Huh?
do you have room to bring your chair in here?
I think I do.
So I just wanted to tell you guys why I left that little bit of video in there of Jim's process. Because people often ask me in the comments or on live streams how we stay together so long or how we get along or how our marriage has lasted. And to be frankly honest with you, we have discovered each other has a different way of doing things. And it's still a struggle sometimes, especially when one of us has a solid idea of what needs to happen and the other person needs to take time to contemplate the other person's vision. It is a struggle at times, you know. We're still say we're both very happily married, but we do have our communication issues as well as any couple, really. And part of that is that we think very differently. Our thought processes are completely opposite. So just a couple of things that Jim is on this half of the room, I'm in the other half of the room, and he is handing me things to deal with, to put away, to purge. And he had his Native American and wolf plate collection in those white boxes. And I had some feelings about now because I didn't really realize how I was going to be affected by how I guess the true feeling fact that my life has taken a different direction. And I sometimes that it made me sad for a moment that I do miss getting my nice suits on and going out to work and working at the nice office and that kind of stuff. So, yeah, it took me a little bit. I don't know if you guys caught that in a vlog I did the same day as this, but I was having unexpected feelings about that. So, you know, Jim is always, or was having feelings, was having a little meltdown because he felt like he didn't have a personal space of fun and play, a place where he can enjoy his computer time or to work on his Dungeons and Dragons stuff. Though he has the desk in the guest room for his Bible study, he felt like he didn't have his own personal space to have things that he enjoys around him. But after when I was vlogging, I realized that I don't have that. We have our community spaces. We have a guest room, which I guess he could consider to be my space, but really it's not. And I just have this space where I work. And yeah, I mean, I enjoy my work right now, but it's still a workspace. It's 6:30. He doesn't know I was vlogging. So we've got the top two portions, three portions technically, of the black computer desk cleared out. Now we just have to work on the bottom and then we'll move it. My air supply album.
Just air supply that's on here.
There's two of them. They got signed.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. So we'll check up with you in a little bit. So again, if you have any questions at all, leave them in the comments down below. Share with friends and family. Anybody you know might be interested in seeing how we redecorate and reorganize areas in our home. And if you haven't yet, click subscribe. And when you do, a little bell will pop up. When you ring that bell, YouTube will let you know whenever I upload a video. And the bell will be right here. And as always, take care. God bless. And see you next time. Bye.